How's it going, guys? It's Andrew here with Zocomo TV. So if you've been paying attention to the channel, my wife and I have been preparing our garden to plant our seeds. And some seeds you can actually plant indoors before you plant them inside, and that's particularly important here in Illinois with Zone 5B. So the seeds we're going to have today are broccoli, which is just simple like this. Then we have mesclun, which is simply just it's a French word and it just means a mix of basically different kind of greens. So this has arugula and lettuce and some kale, and basically that's pretty much it. So we're excited to start these today. What we're going to do is show you how to start them from egg cartons. And what's cool about this is the egg carton will actually decompose in the soil. We're going to be using pots, so I'm not sure how effective they are going to be at decomposing, but I'm not really too concerned. Over time I figure it's just not going to be there anymore. So all you need to do this is a couple egg cartons. And for us, we're just using a cookie tray, so if the water goes through the egg carton, we won't really have any issues with the water going all over the place. And then the other thing we need, I'm just using a little plate so I can see the seeds and select them. I'm going to use a pencil just to make a little hole in the soil. Then I got a box cutter for the bag of soil, some scissors to cut these up, then 1 tablespoon so I can put it in the egg carton, and then 1 cup just to get it out of the bag, the soil out of the bag. And the soil we're using today is an organic mix I found at Home Depot. You can find organic soil at any department store. I chose this because the same brand's non-organic soil was probably 50% more expensive, so we just decided to go with the natural version, and here we go. First thing what you want to do is just prepare your cartons for planting. Alright, so there we have it with our little egg carton, the bottom of the eggs, the tops. If you have a compost pile, you could throw those in the compost. We do not, so we're just going to toss them in recycling. So there you have the egg carton things. So I'm going to start getting the soil ready. Alright, so all in all we used a total of about 4 cups of soil, and I wasn't afraid to pack it in there because I want to make sure that there's enough soil for the seeds. Brittany, if you can zoom in real quick. I just want to see, like, look at the difference between this organic soil versus the traditional potting mix that you find. There's a lot of more organic matter that you can see, and I think for growing seeds this will turn out pretty well for us. For those of you with more experience, I'd love to hear what you think, so please comment down below. Is this a good mix to start seeds? Is it not a good mix to start seeds? Just want to share some knowledge. All Alright, so there we go. So now I'm going to start getting the seeds ready. Remember I said we're only going to plant a third this time, so I'm just going to dump all of them out so I can see how much we have, and then I'm going to select about a third of them. Alright, so those are all the broccoli seeds that you can see. Let's get ready to plant these guys. I'm just doing 4 dots in each carton. So the cool thing about these specific packets is they tell you like how to plant them. So this one, it says depth 1/2 inch, spacing 3 feet to 1.5 feet. So as you can see, this is obviously a lot closer than 3 feet / 1.5 feet. So the reason why we're doing them so close in here is because we don't know how every single individual plant is going to survive, and so we may have to cull some of the ones that are just weaker. So I'm just going to plant a couple per thing here. I'm just doing 3 seeds per hole, see how that turns out. Alright, so that's all the broccoli seeds. Now we're going to do the carrot, or the lettuce. Same thing, I'm just going to do 4 holes again. Alright, so this is the mesclun, the different greens. So you see there's a bunch of different types of seeds in there. So I'm curious to see how this turns out. Especially since we're going to be planting them so close to each other. So again, I'm going to do a few seeds per hole. So now, this soil out of the bag was actually pretty moist, so we're just going to do a light watering. So what we have here is I had Brittany grab a water dish with a straw. So I'm just going to take a little bit, and so you just suction it out with your finger. I'm just going to drip a little bit on each seed area. So let's do 1 drip per seed area. What's funny, this actually reminds me as a kid, we a babysitter or daycare, we grew watermelons and pumpkins, and this is how we watered them, was with a straw in our finger. I'm just going to go back and add 1 more drop to all of them, just to be safe. Alright, so there's the end results. So here you can see a quick overview of what our seedlings look like. I took this footage about a month after we planted them. You can see the broccoli is actually really stretching quite a bit here. This second group of lettuce we planted maybe 2 weeks after the original, maybe a week. There was just a lot of low light, so we just kind of kept what we had and called it good. So I wanted to include this clip just to demonstrate how I cut up the egg carton. I used my knife. It was actually kind of difficult. The egg carton was actually kind of breaking up because it was so wet. But it wasn't really that big of a deal. Here you see I had to pinch it together so I could cut it. But once I got it, it wasn't really that big of a deal. You can see me preparing a hole to plant it, and then I realized I should probably put some holes in there so that the roots can seep through, and all in all, worked out pretty well. Hey guys, so just to finish off planting our veggies, we're going to put some bone meal and some veggie organic fertilizer in the pots. I'm going to be doing this with all the veggies, the onions, the lettuce mix, the carrots, and whatever else the fourth thing was that we got. So we just finishing it off like that. So in this clip, I'm just showing the 2-month progress of the plants. They actually don't get much sunlight, so that's I think that's why our harvest wasn't that great all in all. You can see we planted some carrots, the broccoli was doing okay, the onions were doing okay. Really our best crop was the greens. So all in all, it wasn't too bad. And here is some cute footage of some visitors we had to our garden. We had to mitigate the risk of these cute little babies eating our plants. There were actually 2 of them, and here's one of them that was scurrying around. It's pretty cute. And here is our solution to prevent the rabbits and some of the squirrels that we're getting at our veggie garden. So we just used chicken wire with some bamboo sticks, and actually turned out working pretty well. Hey guys, so as you remember, we planted these seeds originally in egg trays. What's cool about the greens is this is actually our second harvest of the greens. Our first harvest went to our bearded dragon ember. The chipmunks also got some, and so did some mice and some rabbits. But we're pretty happy because when we first started this growing season, our goal was to be able to harvest one thing. So we set the bar pretty low because we had no idea what we were doing. So if you don't know how to grow plants and you're kind of thinking about it, just try it, see what happens. This is our second harvest of greens. We're looking forward to making a cute little salad for ourselves. These are some red burgundy onions. As you can see, they're not very big. We're not sure why. Probably maybe because of fertilizer, maybe because of improper watering. Could have been because of light as well. But we're going to be able to chop these up and throw them in an omelet. So we're pretty excited for our harvest for this season, and it's still mid-July, so we might be able to get another harvest if we plant within these next couple weeks. So thanks for watching. If you learned something today, please share with your friends and family. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up button. And for more videos about having more life in your life, please subscribe to the channel and you'll get those videos.